Well, welcome everybody. It's super exciting to finally reconnect with our ecosystem in person, and a real warm welcome to everyone. We know it's not easy to make it. I think it's a real pleasure, a privilege to have you in person. We noticed a lot of big contingent coming from abroad, saw a lot of Germans, recognize a lot of German faces, and from the Netherlands also, a big thank you for having made it in person. We know it's extra effort, so thank you. And we are very happy to welcome you in this great venue. We've allowed for a lot of space, right, so that we are, I think, more than compliant in terms of regulations. So please feel free to spread out. We really care about you, and you're our ecosystem. You're the most valuable part of our organization. So again, super happy to have you in present. And for those of you who are joining online, we miss you. So we hope to see you also physically really soon. But a very warm welcome to all of you, and for joining us for this day. So Iris Capital is all about our entrepreneurs, and we will be focusing first and foremost on our entrepreneurs, and we want to showcase them. So we will be presenting a lot of all of our recent investments, and we've been busy over the past 12 months. It's been despite Corona, we've been busy investing and busy backing entrepreneurs. We will hear also from some of the entrepreneurs that have been with us, so that we've been accompanying for a bit longer time, about what their journey has been like, what their challenges are going forward. And we're also very happy to invite a number of people from our ecosystem that you'll see really thrilling developments there. So thank you to all of you who will be presenting. So to kick it off, before we move to the entrepreneurs, just a few words about Iris. We want to update you on where Iris is at today, and what are the developments coming on our side. So a few numbers. Iris is a long legacy, so 320 success stories that we've backed, and we're very proud of that number. It's a rare treat to have, and quite an unusual track record in Europe and even worldwide, of having accompanied businesses in their expansion, and related to that, 280 exits. So very few organizations have had that chance and accumulated experience. And here I want to salute Antoine Garrigue and Pierre de Fouquet, who have been the precursors of that movement, and that we are very privileged to in whose footsteps we're really very privileged to step. So today it's also 700 million of assets managed, money invested in companies, and invested in today 40 plus companies across predominantly Europe, with a as you can see on the left, 40 companies, so very concentrated on Germany and France, which are two home markets, but as well radiating across Europe and North America and some of the other hotspots around the world. So today, Iris Capital is a team of 12 professionals, of which we're super proud, and we've had a number of new additions to the team that we're very happy to have on board, and that are going to bring new energy and new skills and new backgrounds. So a team of 12 with very international backgrounds, 5 nationalities, and that also one of our key trademarks at Iris that we share with our entrepreneurs is this very international-minded setup. So operations are headquartered, as you know, in Paris and Berlin, Munich for Germany, but radiating out of it is a whole ecosystem that is very international, very global, and we're very much see it as our mission to help accompany businesses in their international expansion.
The word that we haven't spoken about yet is what we do. We invest in tech, and it's been quite a year in tech. I'm sure you all have noticed that France and Germany have become kind of an epicenter of tech acceleration and funding. You've seen so many rounds in France and Germany, about more than 5 billion invested last year in both countries. And unicorns, Emmanuel, you will see a lot of unicorns today in the spirit, and you can see them already in the markets. 19 in Germany now, 17 in France. All of them announced all of a sudden. I'm sure you noticed last week about 3 of them, 500 million rounds plus being announced. So is this becoming crazy? Should we keep on investing in tech? Yes, it's completely reasonable and we should invest in tech. Why? Because our ecosystem is just coming to terms with being mature. It's an ecosystem we've been nurturing at Iris for a long time, as you know, and it's an ecosystem that only starts showing the potential that it has in changing the world, in changing various ways of working, of collaborating, of living. And so what we see from our background is a team of entrepreneurs that are much more mature, earlier on, out of school, out of areas where they get nurtured, accompanied, incubators, accelerators. They scale faster. They used to think of perhaps going international, and we're a good partner for them to do that. They do it from the start, and we still are a very good partner for them to actually scale internationally. So the real question is, what should we do with this market bubbling and increasing? Should we keep on investing? Of course we should. We think that there's a massive opportunity in tech. COVID has changed also the way we live. We're very happy to meet each other, but most of you will be following us through a conferencing tool. We live our lives from a distance, and everything that unites us is related to internet, mobility, tech. So we think that this is a good time to invest, that maturity is only starting, and that the market is very deep and very diverse. The only requirement we have, given the amounts of money that's going to be deployed, is that they are deployed towards real international scaling, real fast and ambitious developments. And for that, we need to be ambitious, which we are, but also focused on choosing the right companies, which is what we've been doing over the past year, I think.
Yeah, exactly. In this very buoyant context of our market, we've continued to be clearly active on the investment front. And as JD said, also, remaining quite focused and not becoming crazy on the market. So on one hand, we have invested a little bit less than 60 million euros, 55 million exactly, and we will present later this afternoon 4 great companies that have joined the Iris Club very recently in the last months. I mean ArangoDB, SurePay, WorkPass, and Forto. And on the other hand, we've also successfully divested close to 130 million, 125 million exactly, through various exits. which more importantly than the amount of exits, generated 90 million capital gains, which is the name of the game in our industry, and this is a performance that comes already after a record year before the past year. So we are very, very proud to have continued, on this very good pace. To give you an idea, 90 million capital gains on 125 million exit proceeds means that we have exits we have completed over the last months have generated a multiple on disinvested investments of 3.6 times the investment cost, which is a very good achievement that we are very proud of, and we, by the way, send a big thank you to all the management teams of the related companies that have contributed to these successes. It is important for us also, this part of our activity. I mean, exiting, because obviously it's more enthusiastic to invest, but we also need to divest. We need to return to our own investors, the money and plus capital gains, and this is what we are doing. So I think it's important to continue fueling very well, the ecosystem and being able to be successful. So a company with we have invested. And I'm not just talking about the four that are on the screen. I've also, had a very active last 12 months period. Out of a bit more than 40 companies that we are currently backing, 9 over the 12 months have completed rounds with sizes of financing above 40 million. You have the name on the left of the screen, the names of the companies on the left on the screen, and out of these 9, 3 have even completed much larger financing rounds, above 120 million. So this is great achievements, and we had the pleasure and dare congratulate two companies that in these fundraising journeys, have reached the unicorn status, given the valuation based on which they've raised their recent rounds, Shift Technology and Photo, which are now 2 new unicorns that we are very proud to back. A few additional figures on our current portfolio of investments. So, as you've understood, we have currently a portfolio of 43 startups, including 4 unicorns, the 2 ones I was just mentioning, plus Kiriba, that we are still very proud to accompany, and also Zeta Global. And out of this portfolio, we have also 6, they're called the emerging unicorns, but these are companies that are growing very fast and that have reached in recent financing rounds valuations that get them closer to the unicorn status, the 1 billion valuation. So as we said, we hope to have next year a few additional unicorns that will increase the number. And out of this, if we look at the economic weight of these 43 companies, so if we aggregate, their revenues, we get to 1.8 billion cumulated revenues, which and 8,300 headcounts, which is a significant weight and growing, significantly. If you look at the global the cumulative revenues of these 43 companies, it has grown by 35% year on year. And if you take even the average growth rates of these 43 companies, we're even at 55%. So clearly, growing fast and contributing strongly to the economy and the ecosystem.
So what's next for Iris? So we are ramping up for next stage for us, and the next stage will be 2 new funds. We're launching our next early stage fund, which will be, and the 2 funds will cover the whole spectrum of what Iris has been about. So on the one hand, a fund dedicated to early stage venture, so Series A investments, companies that are just launching. The characteristics for us has always been outstanding entrepreneurs, outstanding technology that is capable of disrupting industries and addressing large markets. And really scaling what we say scaling through technology. In a second step, we'll also be launching a late stage fund, which covers what we have been doing, anything after Series A. So still on the venture side, accompanying firms throughout their venture life cycle, as well as growth capital, so firms that have been more established, but through technology are leveraging themselves and accelerating, so more established businesses, often with more deeper processes, but looking to grow again fast. And that's kickoff to have a continuity with our current investment stage.
We will do these funds, as you know, focused on France and Germany, which, as you will see during the day, are our 2 main geographies of expertise and operations. Another thing that we'll do is try to extend our commitment. So these are changing times. We talk about tech, but we also talk about social responsibility, environmental and personal responsibilities with regards to the ecosystem, with regards to diversity, mixity. We've seen all these topics suddenly pop up, and they've been actually groomed for a long time. So we've been invested in them already. We've contributed to a lot of initiatives. Sista, thanks to one of our core LPs and sponsors, Publicis, we've been part of the escalator. We've been trying to focus also on our carbon footprint responsibility. We'll try to keep on focusing on these things that are mattering to us as individuals, and we think they will have more and more to matter to our companies and to the ecosystem we nurture. Which is perhaps a way to conclude. We will wish you an excellent Iris Day today. As you will see with the program, we'll cover a lot of the new investments that we've announced today, that Erik and Curt have been disclosing progressively. We'll also try to speak about what makes it for us and for our companies mostly to be successful, to grow into unicorns, to move into international, to endorse their responsibilities as entrepreneurs and as part of a society and a world that changes. And we hope that you'll find all these contents valuable enough to stay with us until the evening.